What's going on, guys? It's Max24, and February is over. We have now entered the month of March, and with a new month means a new haul video. This series of videos where I show you all of the movies, video games, pop figures, and just random collectibles that I picked up in that last month. And let me tell you, February was a big month. Maybe it's because there was an extra day. I don't know. Maybe retail therapy is just going strong right now. I have no idea. I just know I bought a lot of stuff. There's like 3 big piles next to me. So before we get into it, please, as always, remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. You know, all the fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have on Twitter and TikToks, and then on Facebook, barely have Instagram. Follow me, subscribe to me here. And with that, let's get into my monthly haul video. Alright, so I got a lot of stuff, and as I'm going through this, just let me know in the comments what things that I picked up that you're like, oh my gosh, I want that, or things that I picked up that you're like, why would you buy that? What is wrong with you, Max? Why would you add that to your collection? Now a lot of this stuff was either collection fillers or, you know, just sales, or the Disney Movie Club shut down, so I had to buy a lot of things from that too. There's a lot here. All right, so we're gonna start out things a little bit differently right now, and we're gonna jump into the video games first because that is the closest pile to me, and it makes the most sense. So first, we're gonna start off by picking up Final Fantasy 15. This is 15, right? Right. Yeah. I played this one not all the way through. I kind of got distracted with other games, but I played this. I bought it digitally because it was like $10, and I never owned it physically. But I'm a physical media collector, and I'm like, hey, this was on sale for like $15. I want it. Then I picked up Final Fantasy 16. I have not played this one yet, but it was also on sale, and I like the aesthetic, I like the world, I like the idea behind it, and it got decent reviews, and I was like, hey, I might play that one day. So I added it to my collection, alright? I picked it up, again, it was on sale, and it's on the list now. Again, I got a big backlog. Let me know if Final Fantasy 16 is worth it, and I should skip all the other games and jump into it, or not. Or maybe I made a mistake. I don't know. Then I picked up Mass Effect Andromeda. I know I made a mistake with this one, but I have all the other Mass Effect games on physical, and I was like, you know, I need to finish the collection. So here we go. It was $5. $5 is $5. You can do a lot worse for $5. And I've heard this game got better with updates and stuff. I don't know if that's true. We'll just have to wait and see. Then I picked up the physical edition of Starfield. I played this game through Game Pass, but again, I'm a physical media collector, and this was on sale for pretty cheap, and I was like, I want to add it to my collection. I want to add it to my shelf so that I own it forever, and here we go. Now we own it forever. It's going to be sitting there. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to be like, you could have been so much more. You could have been so much more. Then I got Lego Harry Potter Years 5 through 7 on the Wii. Yeah, on the Wii. You heard me right. I had Years 1 through 4 on the Wii, and I was like, this doesn't look complete without 5 through 7. So I picked it up. I was like, hey, it's $10 on Amazon. You might as well. And will I ever pop this in and play it? I don't know. Okay, because I own the complete collection on Xbox, so, you know, it might not be worth it. But now it's on my shelf complete because, again, it just looked weird with the one. So there you go. You know, I make sensible financial decisions. Don't let anyone tell you different. Then I picked up all of the Gears of War games on Xbox 360. That's Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. I've never been a big Gears of War fan. I never really got into this series, but that's my plan now to check out this series because I've always been a big Halo guy, and I was always like, hey, Xbox is another big franchise. They, you know, it's been going strong for years. I might as well check it out. Gears 5 was really popular, but I can't check out Gears 5 until I play Gears 1 through 4, or, 1 through 3, and then Judgment. So I had to pick these up. Now, was there a cheaper way for me to maybe access these? Yeah, probably. I think it's called Game Pass, but again, physical media collector. I love me some physical media. I gotta support physical media until I die. So if there's no more physical media collectors in the world, it's because I'm dead. So that's, yeah. Then I picked up Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. This is a classic one. I've played this one completely through. I 100%ed it. Well, maybe not 100%ed it, but I played through it completely. But I didn't own it physically, and I was like, hey, you might as well own it physically. You might as well own all the Lego games physically. So here we are. Here we go. It's a good one. It's a fun one. It's not a great one, but it's definitely a very memorable one. And this is before they got voice acting, so they're still herming and hawing and, you know, all that fun stuff. So, quality title. Along with that, I picked up Lego Indiana Jones 2. This one is not a very good one. It really wasn't. They released this one to kind of put in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and they kind of redid all the other ones for that experience too. They all ended in like a weird boss battle and stuff. I don't know. I didn't make the game, so yeah, I don't know what happened here. But it's a decent Lego and it's a decent Indiana Jones game. It's a decent Lego game, but it's definitely one of their weakest, if not their weakest. But you know, I needed it in my collection, so here we are. Then I picked up Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. This was a game that I played this month. Yeah. Then I picked up Gears 5 and Gears of War 4 and Gears of War Ultimate Edition. All right, these are, you know, some classic. Oh, I just noticed this is not a real Xbox Series X case, is it? No, it's not Amazon. What's going on there? This is a fake case. But that's okay. No, I had to pick up again all the Gears of War games because I've never played Gears of War, and I want to, so I picked them up and they were cheap. So I'm like, might as well. It's, you know, it's what's $20. Then I got Agents of Mayhem. This is a collection filler. Then I got Crackdown 3. This is also a collection filler. Yep. Then I got South Park: The Stick of Truth. This is a really good game. I've played through it all on PC, but I owned Fractured Butthole on Xbox physically, and I was like, why don't I own this one physically? That's weird. So I had to pick it up. I had to buy it. It's really nice, quality game, great South Park game, and I'm really hoping Snow Day delivers as well. And then the final video game I picked up was Skull and Bones. It's a game that I played. I played it this month. Yeah. So those were all the video games I picked up in the month of February. Now let's get into the movies. And for the movies, I bought a lot. There's no room on this shelf for them. Now, again, a lot of these were either collection builders or they were Disney Movie Club going out of business purchases or just things that I've been waiting for a while are finally here. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. And the first big thing we got was the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the special edition. This is a really fancy edition. On the inside, there's a bunch of art cards. There's the steelbook. There's a little, like, authentication thing, a little pin. Really nice, really cool. I loved the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Seriously, it was such a good film. If you did not watch it, you should go watch it, especially if you're a Hunger Games fan. It's well worth the watch. I love this film. The minute the special edition was announced, and, you know, the minute it went up for pre-order, I just had to rush out and buy it, so I'm very glad I get to add this to my collection, and I will be rewatching this until the end of time. Seriously, such a fantastic film. Then, along with that, I picked up the 2 Hotel Transylvania movies I didn't have. There might be a third one in this pile. We might find it soon, but Hotel Transylvania 3 and 4. This franchise is... It's not the best franchise in the world. It's really not, alright? It's not even a particularly good franchise, but I'm a big collection builder, and, you know, I want to buy all of the Sony Animation movies, which means I have to buy these, because they're Sony Animation movies, so, you know, our shelf's not going to be complete without them. Yeah, it's not a problem. I can quit anytime I like, but these 2 movies, they're fine. They're fine, yeah. I don't really know much more to say about them. If you haven't seen them, you might want to save yourself the trouble. I mean, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad. But they're not like, oh my gosh, these things are just amazing. These are cinematic messages. They're not that either. Then, I can throw away that. Then I got the Weird Al Yankovic movie. This is a really funny biopic, well, spoof on biopics, and the only way Weird Al knows how to do it. It was a really fun one. It was released on... released on on Roku TV, I think, starring Daniel Radcliffe, and it's just a quality time. Don't take it too seriously. Don't believe it. I mean, it's not true. It's not like the authentic story of him, but it's really, really, really funny and well done. And Daniel Radcliffe is just great in everything he is in. So, then I got Over the Hedge. This is a DreamWorks movie I did not have yet, and I needed to buy it. This is like a I don't really have a lot of movies either with like 2 languages on the cover, but this one I guess got to have that. But yeah, this is a fine one. It's not the best movie DreamWorks has ever made. It's not the worst one they've ever made. It's a decent experience, alright? And I don't regret watching it when I first watched it when I was little. And I watched it a couple times when I was little. But, you know, it's not one that I'm over the moon about. But it's DreamWorks, and I have almost all the DreamWorks movies. Now I think I do have all the DreamWorks movies. So, you know, it just made sense to buy. Then I picked up The Smurfs 3-movie collection, just like I said with Hotel Transylvania, I need all the Sony Picture Animation movies. Need is a strong word, but I need them. This shelf's not complete without them. And that includes these 3 Smurfs movies. Smurfs The Lost Village, The Smurfs, and The Smurfs 2. These aren't really good movies either. I've never even seen The Lost Village. I've seen the first 2 Smurfs, but never The Lost Village. But again, these aren't very good movies, but, they're part of the collection. They're part of Sony Animation Studios, and they're probably going to make a 4th one at some point, I'm assuming. I don't know if I was a betting man. Then I picked up Angry Birds 1 and 2. Again, Sony Animation movies, I believe. Yep, and also these are video game adaptations, and I buy video game adaptations too to see what they are. And, these movies aren't bad. They could be a lot worse, right? The first one's definitely weak. The second one's better. But overall, they're decent animated movies. They're completely harmless. They adapt the source material like they're supposed to. And I just remember when Angry Birds was a thing. Remember that fad? Nobody really talks about Angry Birds now, do they? No. But that was that dominated. That was everywhere. That was a crazy time we lived in. Yeah, let's go back to those days. Those days were good. I'm surprised they haven't made a 3rd one of these yet because they did successfully. So, maybe they will one day. Maybe they're working on one secretly. I don't know. I don't work behind the scenes at these places. Then I picked up Holes. Holes is a classic Disney movie. If you've never seen it, you definitely should. It's Shia LaBeouf and Sigourney Weaver, and he's a juvie, and he has to dig holes, and they find treasure and everything. And it's a movie that I watched a lot when I was little. I never owned it, though. But Disney Movie Club going out of business, I was like, perfect time to pick it up, because it's a Disney Movie Club exclusive, so, I needed it. Great movie. Definitely worth at least 1, 2, 3, 7, maybe 20 different rewatches. Then I picked up Robots. Robots is a Blue Sky movie I didn't have. Now, Blue Sky was 20th Century Fox's animation division, at least one of theirs, and then Disney they were the ones behind Ice Age, and then Disney bought them and shut them down, and yeah, the rest is history. But Robots is a really good one. I really enjoyed this one. I've enjoyed this one every time I've watched it. I've enjoyed this one when I was little. It's just a really fun one. It doesn't get enough love. It's got a stellar voice cast. It's got an interesting story. It's animated very nicely, very coolly, very uniquely. I mean, it's got Robin Williams. It's got Robin frickin' Williams. How can you say no to that movie? Yeah. If you've never seen Robots, go watch it. I highly recommend it. It's not my favorite Blue Sky movie. Well, it might be, actually. Blue Sky doesn't have the best catalog of movies. So maybe it is my favorite. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a ranking at some point. Then I picked up the Peanuts movie, another Blue Sky movie and another good movie. This one is actually really well done, except for there's a weird part of it. And it's with the Snoopy, what's it called? I'm having a mind blank right now. But okay, it focuses really Red Baron. It really where it just kind of deviates from the plot and just kind of takes over. Which, I mean, it's Peanuts, sure, that makes sense, but at the same time, it's not. I wanted a more interesting story going on here. All right, you can do better. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun movie. It's definitely a quality Blue Sky film, but it could have been better. Then I picked up. I can get rid of that too. What the heck? Get out of here. The Karate Kid 3-part collection, all 3 Karate Kid movies in 4K. The Karate Kid Part 2, and the Karate Kid Part 3. I've only seen Part 1, and Part 1's it's a classic. Who hasn't watched Karate Kid? It's an iconic film that everyone should watch at least once. I have heard not good things about Part 2 and 3, but with the announcement that they're making another one, plus, the whole Cobra Kai exists, I thought this is the perfect time to give these a little look. Right, watch them through, get ready for that eventual Part 4. Maybe watch Cobra Kai finally. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I had to pick these up at least, because, again, they're iconic, they're classic movies. How can you say no? Then I picked up, and I told myself I would never do this. I would never do this to myself. But, it happens. Sometimes you gotta break your morals, and sometimes you do things you don't want to do. And for friends, because sometimes friends are just like, hey, I want to watch these movies. And then you're like, why? I picked up every single Fast and Furious movie because a friend said they wanted to watch them on my streamer, on my Vudu, and they also are like a franchise that's not going away anytime soon, and they're not on my shelf. So, yeah, that's great for me. Okay, I haven't watched any of them, but I'm planning to. I mean, I'm gonna do like little reviews and stuff. You know, I'm gonna watch every single one, and you'll see my reaction to that because I'm not a fan of the concept. Maybe it'll win me over. I don't know. I mean, it's all about family at the end of the day. Also, just like I said, there is a Hotel Transylvania movie that I did not pick up my first time around with the pile. So here you go. The second Hotel Transylvania. Same thing that I said to the first couple apply here. So yeah, there you go. Then I picked up Wonka on Steelbook. Now this movie surprised me. Going into Wonka, I wasn't expecting much. All right, Timothy Chalamet as Wonka. We've done this Wonka thing 2 times, and this is a prequel. What's the point? But boy, was I blown away. All right, the music was great. The story was interesting. Timothy Chalamet was a great Willy Wonka, and it was just so much fun. Seriously, it was like The Greatest Showman meets Paddington meets Willy Wonka, and it made for a fantastic adventure. All right, I loved this movie. I've been listening to the music on repeat since walking out of the theater, and I'm so glad I finally was able to add it to my collection. And it's a really fancy steelbook. I mean, look at that. It looks like a chocolate box. How can you say no to that? If you did not watch Wonka, you should go watch Wonka. Seriously, go do it right now. Thank you. Have a nice day. And then come back here and finish this video, of course. All right, so that was the first pile of movies. Yeah, so we're not done yet. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that remote. The next up movie that I picked up was Footloose on Steelbook, 4K Steelbook. It's Footloose. I mean, what more is there to say? The music's catchy. The story is interesting. It's a classic, and I had to pick up the Steelbook because why not? Yeah. What more is there to say? It's Footloose. Yeah, and look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, something's like loose in there. Then I picked up Illumination's latest movie, Migration. I have not watched it. I don't really watch Illumination movies in theaters, but I have every single Illumination movie, and I pick them up every single time. I think the only one I really watched in theaters is Mario. Probably. Yeah, but I pick up every single Illumination movie, and, you know, so this was just pre-order the minute that the Blu-ray went live, and I'm planning to watch it eventually, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. It's on the list, but hopefully it's good. I've heard good things. I've heard decent things. I've heard it's better than some of their movies, so I'm excited. Let me know if you've seen it. Then I picked up All Quiet on the Western Front in Steelbook. This movie is a wild movie. It's not a fun watch, nor will I probably ever rewatch it. Probably not. I think once is enough, but the fact it got a Blu-ray release, I just had to support it because it was a Netflix. It was put on Netflix, and I didn't think we were ever going to get to put it on our shelves, but we were. And seriously, this is a fantastic war movie. It's fantastic. I would definitely recommend watching it once. I don't think you're going to watch it ever any more than that because it's a rough one. It's a toughie, but it's fantastic. And the steelbook is amazing looking. I mean, this is a nice steelbook. Yeah, let me know what you thought about that movie. Then I picked up Next Goal Wins. This is Taika Waititi's latest movie. I have not watched it yet, but I like Taika Waititi. I loved Jojo Rabbit. I loved Thor Ragnarok. Thor Love and Thunder kind of let me down, but his TV shows have been really, really making me excited, all right, about his writing and stuff. I mean, his Our Flag Means Death, What We Do in the Shadows, even though I know it's not written by him, it's still based on something he made. Reservation Dogs was him, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know. But he's just been fantastic at what he does for the most part. And when he announced this, I was like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, it looks like his version of Ted Lasso. And then I heard a lot of mixed reviews. But I'm intrigued to check it out because I feel like it could be good. I feel like it maybe could be better than what people are saying. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was a mistake. I don't know. I'm scared. Then I picked up Freaky Friday. This is a classic movie, all right? It's frickin' Freaky Friday. How can you not like Freaky Friday? I watched Freaky Friday so much when I was little. So much. This movie was on repeat. And now it's finally on my collection. I don't know why it wasn't in my collection before, but I have since rectified that. Then I picked up The Black Cauldron. This is a classic Disney animated fantasy flick. I've watched it like once or twice. I'm definitely going to dig back into it now that I have it. This is a Disney Movie Club exclusive, which is why I bought it. I probably wouldn't have added it to my collection unless it was on sale because It's just not a film that I really gravitated towards when I was little, but it would either be on sale or if I have to complete the collection. But I'm going to rewatch it because it's been a long time since I've watched it before, and I know people love it. So then I picked up both a goofy movie and an extremely goofy movie. These ones are just, they're not, I would never call them amazing films, either of them. It's a movie following Goofy. Like, I know, I'm sorry, Dad, you love Goofy and all, but these movies, I mean, he's like a character that you get in small doses or like as a side character, not as the centerpiece, but he's put him as a centerpiece, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. They pay off. They're funny. They're fun rides. They're enjoyable entertainment. But I'm not like they're not amazing films. They're goofy movies. So yeah. Then I picked up Peter Pan and Peter Pan Returns to Neverland, both also on Disney Movie Club. Peter Pan Returns to Neverland is not a good movie. It's just not. But the original Peter Pan is, so, but I needed the full collection. They need to look like this on the shelf. That's what you got to do. Those are the rules. I don't make them. I just enforce them. But this Peter Pan, classic, fantastic film. It's, nothing more to say about that. This one is one of those direct-to-DVD sequels. So, right? I'm assuming it went to direct-to-DVD based on how it is. Then I picked up Pocahontas. This is a classic Disney animated movie. I mean, if you don't know what Pocahontas is, I don't know what you're doing. If you haven't seen Pocahontas, I don't know why. It's literally one of the classic Disney movies, and you should watch it. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. So, yeah. And it was on sale. Disney Movie Club shutting down. So I was like, I'm going to pick it up. Finally. I don't know why I didn't have it before, but now I do. Again with this one too, Mulan. It's another classic Disney animated movie. I don't know why I didn't own this before. It's got great music, great songs, great story. It's better than the live action one, so now it's on my collection. Speaking of live action, I picked up the Jungle Book live action remake in 4K. This one is one of the good live action remakes. There's a lot of bad ones. This one's one of the good ones though. It's just really well done. Jon Favreau did it, right? I believe. Am I lying about that? Nope. Yep. Jon Favreau did it. It says on the back. If you don't know, he's the guy who did Iron Man. He's freaking an elf. He's freaking Jon Favreau. So he's amazing. But yeah, this is a good one. It's not as good as the animated one, of course. But Then I picked up Alice Through the Looking Glass. This is not a good movie at all. Alice, no. This is the sequel to Alice in Wonderland, the live action. I needed it because I have the live action first one. You can't have an incomplete series. So, here we are. Then I picked up 101 Dalmatians Part 2. Again, not a great movie. Disney Movie Club, though. Going out of business. Had to pick it up. It was an exclusive. And the series isn't complete without it. So, let me know if you like this one. Because I don't. Why am I buying bad movies? Why am I buying bad movies? What is wrong with you, Max? Why are you doing this? Then I picked up Atlantis 2-movie collection. This is Atlantis and Atlantis 2, of course. That makes sense. I like Atlantis. I think it's a fun movie. I don't really remember the second one at all. Maybe it was good. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But Atlantis 1, it's a classic. Again, another classic Disney movie. And again, Disney Movie Club was going on, is shutting down. So you got to pick it up. Then I picked up The Little Mermaid 2 and Ariel's Beginning, both direct-to-DVD sequels to The Little Mermaid. Yeah. Don't you just miss the Disney era of straight-to-DVD sequels? I know I do. Along with that, we got Return of Jafar and then King of Thieves. I think Return of Jafar is actually a decent film. It's not as good as the original, of course, but I think it's a decent continuation of the series. King of Thieves, I've never watched, nor do I ever want to watch. Let me know if it's any good. Then I picked up Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3. You sensing a theme here? I know I am. And then the final movie, pile's about to fall, but the final movies I picked up in the month of February is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 2-movie collection. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is a classic. The second one, I've never watched, but the first one is a classic. And, you know, I'll have to check out the second one now that I own it. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, those are all the movies and video games I picked up in the month of February. I spent a lot of money on those, so I don't really spend a lot of money on pop figures or collectibles or anything like that. Thankfully, my bank account is appreciative. I actually haven't opened my credit card statements, so I'm just going to ignore it. I mean, I've heard if you ignore the money you spent, then you're good. You haven't spent it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think I picked up that you really like. What you think I picked up that you're like, why would you buy that? What is wrong with you? Let me know all that below. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell friends, all the fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. And I hope to see you in the next video.